So what is up, YouTube? So today I have my very first guide for Call of Duty. This is a movement guide. I spent a lot of time trying to perfect movement. I played around from all sensitivities, from down to 4 all the way up to 20, and just to learn like movement, get better at it in general. And I feel like I know enough to start teaching you guys. I did play mostly on console, so, I'm still gonna learn some things since I recently just switched to PC this week. I might learn some more things and I might I might update the movement guide. But for right now, and I feel very confident that I can teach and help some of you guys out. So let's get started. Going to settings and then controller. So I got a custom button layout, so I recommend that you change your layout. I mean, you don't have to change it. I know some people don't want to change it for whatever reason. They just don't want to take the time to learn it. But if you want to get better at the game, you gotta be able to get out of your comfort zone every once in a while. But if you don't want to change it, I'll teach you guys how to use movement without changing it. But me, I play claw, and it's easier for me to press my Y button than my A button, so that's why I swapped my Y and my A. What else? Before I learned claw, I played bumper jumper tactical, so I recommend you play that because you can drop shot and jump and still aim. That's the main reason you want to change your button layout, so that you can aim and move. But if you also got like a controller with paddles, then you probably don't need to change your button layout. But like it's just preference. You change whatever you want to make sure you can just move and shoot. Next, we make sure your controller vibration is turned off. Next, we got dead zone. So the left stickman and the right stickman is all personal preference. Not personal preference. They depend on your controller. So if your controller has stick drift, then you want to raise it and you want it as low as possible before you get stick drift. I still have stick drift because I just got this elite controller, and for some reason it got stick drift, but my regular controllers I have for years don't have stick drift. Like, I don't get it. But my max I dropped down to 15 so that I move faster. I believe if you drop it down to 60, you still start to move a little bit faster, but it's supposed to make the aim assist better, like aim assist stronger. So I recommend you go with 65. And my right stick max, it doesn't really matter. The default is 99. I just put it at 100. It doesn't really matter. Your left trigger and right trigger, you want both of these at 0. Just so the second you pull your trigger, you start firing immediately. Oh, and also I forgot to mention the flip, the LB and RT flip. Some players play with a flip, so you press your button instead of your trigger to shoot. Me, like, it hurt my hand when I play claw like that, but I guess if you can play like that, there's nothing wrong with playing like that. I recommend you do it if you can. Next, we got aiming. So for sensitivities, I'm actually going to come back and teach you guys what's the best sense to run for yourself. But for now, we can just scroll down to aim assist. Make sure your aim assist is on. I know some players don't like playing with it on for whatever reason, but you're disadvantaging yourself if you have it all. So you might as well just play with it on. And the best aim assist type is default. I tried Black Ops. Black Ops did fail. I know they're constantly nerfing and buffing the aim assist, but when I last used Black Ops, it did feel stickier, but it made it hard to lock on to the enemy because of the slowdown, how the slowdown worked. Versus default, like, I can still aim pretty good with it. It's not I don't feel like the aim slowdown is the reason I lose some of my gunfights. With Black Ops, I felt like it was. So next we got gameplay. So you want your automatic tactical sprint on, so you move fast. You want slide, maintain sprint. If these default settings like auto move forward, I'm not gonna comment on them. Just the ones that I remember changing. So we got tactical sprint behavior, you want that on single tap sprint. Automatic airborne mantle, you want that on. Automatic ground mantle, you want that off. Slide/dive behavior, I got mine on hybrid. If you don't want a dolphin dive, if you're not going to dolphin dive, then I recommend running slide only. So either run slide only or hybrid. Those are the best settings. There's a delay if you put it on tap to slide. Some players say there isn't, but when I was learning movement and I tested it out, I would constantly get dead slides, or like there was a lot of issues with it. So plunging underwater, I got mine on free. Parachute automatic behavior, you want that off so that your parachute doesn't get you killed. All these are default, so I'm gonna just scroll past them. You guys can copy if you don't have it. So interact/reload behavior, you want that on prioritize interact so that you can pick up loot faster. Just get into a habit of holding X to reload. If you're standing over loot, you have to hold X to reload, otherwise it's going to pick up a gun. Armor plate behavior, I got mine on apply all. Now when you hit apply all, it can sometimes get you killed, but I'm gonna teach you a way how you can cancel your armor plating so that it doesn't actually get you killed. But if you're worried about that, you can always run apply one, and the rest of these should be default, but I'm gonna just go through them. All right, next we got graphics. So these is PC graphics. I think the display is depending on your equipment you're using. So I'll just show you mine anyway. I got my game on full screen exclusive. This is my monitor, my graphics card. I got my screen refresh rate on 240 because it's the highest I can get. I'm playing at 1440p. This is the ratio of my monitor. Now display gamma, I put mine on 2.4 because it's supposed to make it brighter. So, and the brightness I got on 55, just to make it a little bit easier. The higher you have it, the easier it is to see players. They won't blend in with the background as much, but at the same time you'll have like this white effect that might make it hard to see if you have it too high. I think the rest of these depend on your system. Oh, so custom frame rate. So my custom frame rate on my PC, I know some players say run unlimited. I try running unlimited and I only get 160 frames no matter what when I run unlimited. But when I have it on custom and I set the max to 280, I can get up to 280 frames some games. It's just random how many frames I get, but I never get more than 160 if I have it on unlimited. So I recommend just having a custom frame rate if you're also having that problem. What else? Yeah, the rest is default, off by default. So for graphic preset, I got mine on custom. I think if you start to change your graphic settings, this preset will pop up, but it's not there manually. So I got my upscaling on NVIDIA DLSS. I know a lot of people like fidelity, so you can also run fidelity, but I'm just running this just because. Frame generation, I got that off. The VRAM scale target should be 80 though. That's the important setting. And I got my DLS on balanced and my sharpness on 80. I did not mean back out. All right, so my texture resolution is low. All these settings are going to be low and off. I'm going to just go through them. I don't want to explain each of them. On the man texture streaming, I do got that on minimal. Everything off or on low. So you go to view. So your field of view is your personal preference. I got mine on 113. I tried 120. It's hard to see players, and I believe you get less aim assist as well. So the lower it is, the easier it is to shoot. But the higher it is, the more you can see, as you can see in this small clip. So I recommend just running something that you feel the most comfortable with. For me, 113. And then you got your ADS field of view. I got mine on affected. Yeah, you should run affected. In weapon field of view, you're supposed to run wide so that it makes your weapon smaller. Your third person field of view, I guess you can max it out. Oh, and for field of view, I also recommend you run about like at least 100. I wouldn't go any lower than 100. You want world motion and weapon motion blur off. Film grain 0. First person camera movement and third person both on least. I think these are default. Inverted flashbang, I got mine on because my game gets really bright. My screen gets extremely bright, so I gotta have it on so that it doesn't hurt my eyes. Next we got audio. So I'm running soundbar audio mix. I've tried all these other audio mix settings, and I don't get all the audio cues on the other one. Like certain sounds, like when I run headphones, I don't hear players reloading that gun. But when I do run soundbar, I hear it. I hear pretty much everything. Now the sound isn't perfect. Like it's easy to hear certain sounds with other settings, but soundbar allows me to hear everything. So it's up to you. You can test all these settings out, but I'm pretty sure you'll come to the same conclusion as me that soundbar is the best. So we got master game volume. I actually got mine at 90. I got my dialogues down to 90 so that the in-game talking isn't as loud. I can still hear footsteps over it. My effects volume 100. Everything else I got to 0 because these sounds doesn't matter. Did not mean to back out. The rest of this I'll just go through, but they should all be personal preference except for when we get to the bottom. So I got Juggernaut music, you want this off, and War Track as Passioner, you want this off as well so that you can hear. There's no reason why you should have music on. Next we got interface. Most of this should be default, so I'm gonna just scroll through them. Color customization, we want to scroll down to color filter, make sure it's on filter 2, and your color filter target is both, and these are both on 100. Next we got, so these should be on by default, but double check in case you change them to make sure they are what I'm running. So you want your minimap on square, want your rotation on, and you want your compass on. You want your crosshairs on, or they could be off, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put mine on static. Static the best. You don't need crosshairs, but you definitely need the center dot. Make sure your center dot is on, and you can make it larger, largest, or leave it default. It doesn't really matter, it's all preference. And make sure your hit markers are on so you know you're hitting shots, because it's hard to tell. Sometimes it look like you're shooting them, but you're not actually hitting them. So that should pretty much be the end for the settings. Also, you got telemetry. When you change this, it'll let you know if you're lagging, if you put latency and packet loss on. Sometimes you'll still be lagging, but it doesn't show up, but it is what it is. And then I got dismemberment and gore effects. I got that turned off. I'm not sure if it affects like your frames, but I just got it off anyway, because why would I want gore in the game? It's just extra visual clutter. And that should be it for the settings. Alright, so I'm back. Alright, so in this video I'm gonna just teach you guys how to find the perfect sense. So you can copy settings right here, time limit, score, it doesn't really matter. I got Warzone health on as well, but let me, just so you guys can see. Alright, so I'm gonna put on a bot, just a recruit bot, it doesn't matter, and I'm gonna turn off my aim assist. And just so, yeah. Alright, and so let's load in. Fire kills, but you gotta be accurate, hit fire.
Team deathmatch.
You can hit your shots, hit fire, you should be able to hit engage.
Taking the lead.
See, and I'm testing my aim a little bit too. I'm strafing left and right. and also something you can center with. So as I'm moving, just test your centering out too. If you don't know what centering is, I'll teach that later on. I'll teach that later on in the video. But you guys can see, like, for the most part, I can hit most of my shots hip fire with no aim assist on, so I get no slowdown. Let me just kill him. I can keep my aim on him for the most part. I'll just raise it a little bit. Show you with a different sense. This one a lot better. Even with this one. Let me see. This one, I'm struggling to stay on them. So this is slightly too high. It's slightly too high. I'm gonna just back out. I think y'all get the point. So I think y'all get the point. All right, guys. Now that you found your perfect sense, I'm dealing with this bot. I'll just explain. So the ADS sensitivity multiplier, once you find a sense you feel confident with, I feel confident with this. You can also run aim response curve type dynamic because it allows you to turn faster. It changes like the acceleration in your stick, I believe, the way it accelerates, so it allows you to like turn faster. So with your ADS sensitivity multiplier, and I would recommend you keep all of these the same just so your aim feels consistent, is you want to make it low so that when you aim down sight, your aim moves slower and it feels stickier. It's a lot harder for you to move off target on accident, and your main source of aiming will be your hip fire aim. So like if you need to snap to somebody quickly, you'll un-ADS because you practice with the hip fire, even without aim assist, you should be able to hit your shots. So you just un-ADS, correct your aim, and re-ADS. Like that's your main source of aiming, is your hip fire aim. So now that we covered that, we can start going over some movement techniques. Now I'm just gonna go over centering. So centering is extremely important with your movement, and it's going to win you a lot of gunfights. It's going to be the reason you win or lose the gunfight. So pretty much how you center is, it's your white dot in the center of my screen. You see my white dot, and I want it to always be where the enemy is going to be at, but I also want to try to always keep my enemy in front of me. So how can I explain it? So if I know it's somebody right here, as I'm coming through this way, I'm centering. I'm trying to center on them, or at least have my white dot in the same direction they are. So I'm not gonna like push through and then turn. I'm gonna already be turned. And even when I'm doing movement sometimes, like let's say this is the person, I'm moving like this compared to like this. Like you see the difference, like that's a player. I'm gonna slide, listen up. I'm gonna slide like this. I'm not gonna turn all the way to the side and then slide and then aim. Like I'm gonna try to keep my centering in my camera as close to them or either on them as I can. So let's say I gotta reload. So I got no bullets in this gun. I got no bullets in my pistol. So I turn, swap weapons like that. I'm not gonna just do this. So I can just go over centering. So as you're like turning this camera, as you're turning corners, you wanna like move your dot, and it's better to have the dot. it's better to turn a dot too early than too late. So you don't want to just walk out and then turn it. You want to turn it as you're walking past the corner. And even I'm a little late with it, but like this. And if you need to, you can go slow. You don't have to move fast. Like you can go slow as you need to until you build up speed and get more practice. So another way I move around the map is I angle my screen so that I don't have to check sometimes. So if I want to look in the middle but I don't want to check, I'll slide like this. So I got my screen angled so that I don't have to turn all the way, especially on a lower sense. If you don't want to change the screen too much, angle it like this so that I can see. If I'm moving back this way, I angle it like that. Angle it like that. And you gotta always be thinking about your camera position and always keep the enemy on the side of your screen that you want them on.
Threats, don't hold back.
Strafe is just the left and right movement. So like this. It looks really slow from my point of view. But when a player is strafing on you, I'll probably put a clip up. When you're trying to track a player that's strafing, it's extremely fast and it's kind of hard to hit. Strafe is just go left, right, and so how I learned how to strafe is, let's say you can count, you can pay attention to your characters, how many footsteps they take, or you can just count like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and you'll get the timing down like that. And as you're moving left, you move the other stick right. So I'll move my walking stick left, my aim right, so that it stays on target. So like boom, 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 and over time you'll get better at staying on target like that. And same thing with hip fire. When you hip fire, you move, you see the speed difference. When I aim in, I move this fast. When I'm hip firing, I'm moving this fast. So push, if you push in a room and you immediately hip fire like this, imagine how hard it is for them to track. If they're aimed in, they see you, they aimed in, you're moving fast, they ain't gonna be able to track you. So that's the strafe. And this is something you can do even if you don't change your button layout. Like a strafe, simple strafe, you get the timing down. Just strafing will win you a lot of gunfights. Even if the player is jump shotting or they drop shotting, they gotta correct their aim if they drop shot. If they jumping, it's harder for them to aim because now they gotta track your movements and they gotta adjust for their movement. They're up and down. So I recommend you strafe. This is the most important movement technique, more important than anything else you can do. Strafe peeking, this along with strafing. Like, let's say it's a character right here or an enemy. You strafe in, shoot. You strafe out, and then you with ADS. ADS as you hit the corner. It's just a strafe beat. And then you also do it for information, like people roll their stick in a circle. Shouldering, they call it shouldering. A mistake that I make and I see other people make is, like, you might be doing it and you're trying to stay alive. So you strafing with the thought of staying alive. When you're doing it, I would actually try to get the kill. I would prioritize getting the kill over trying to stay alive. So like, instead of just constantly going in cover, I would try to keep them on my screen. Next we got slide. So slide, you would sprint forward, and while you're sprinting you can press your B and you'll slide. So I press forward and then you slide. So how you slide cancel is you slide and then you press the jump button. Press the slide button, jump button. Slide button, jump button. It's how you get around the map faster, is you slide cancel. Slide, jump. Slide, jump. And you don't want to get into a habit like me, like I used to. All I would do was slide cancel, because sometimes when you do a complete slide, it's harder for them to track because they gotta track you for even longer. Versus if you slide cancel, I stop right here, they can just aim and shoot me. But if I slide, well, I hit the wall. If I slide, you know, I'm sliding into cover. I can take some shots, shoot them. If I'm missing my shots, I'm safe. Versus if I slide cancel and I miss my shots, I'm cooked. So you want to get in the habit of doing a long slide as much as your slide cancel. Alright, so YouTube, now I'm gonna go over how to build speed with your slide cancels. So you gotta learn the timing of the slide, because if you press your slide button too early, you'll just crouch down. So you gotta get used to the timing, and the best way to get used to the timing is to chain your slides and try to get as fast as possible. So slide, switch, slide, switch, slide, switch, slide, switch, and just keep doing it until you get used to it. Then as you get better, you can slide, shoot, slide, shoot, slide, shoot, slide, shoot, slide, shoot. And as you get better at chaining your slides, you'll get better aiming as well. Okay, YouTube, so it's important to remember, like, you never want to just slide, cancel, and then stand still. Or even when you do the long slide, you never want to just stand still afterwards. You want to always change your movements. So if you slide cancel, you can slide cancel into a jump. Slide into a jump. And what's better is if you slide if you slide cancel into a jump in the opposite direction, that'll throw players off too. Or either in a straight, it doesn't matter. Or you can slide cancel into a drop shot. It doesn't matter what you do, just don't stand still. So next with the slide, I'm gonna teach you how to use the slide in combat. So let's say you're challenging somebody. If you're sliding, you have to hit fire first, then aim. Because if I do this, you see how long it takes before I get damage on them? I'm gonna do it again. That's how long it takes before I get damage versus the second I turn the corner, I'm getting damage on them. Pre-firing. And I'm pre-fire this. You see that? Even with the pre-fire, you see how slow it is with a pre-fire? So you have to, when you're sliding, when you're using slide, you have to hit fire first. So another thing you can do is, like, when you're challenging someone and you slide cancel, never just stand still. And sometimes I know it's hard not to do. Sometimes you might continue in the direction you're sliding, but it's more powerful to slide and then switch directions. So I would slide out and then strafe the cover, and I'm hip firing while I'm doing it. You see the speed? Alright guys, so this is mainly for the players that that play with the default layout and don't want to change or learn claw or have paddles. So if you're slide canceling, you actually want to press down your stick. So the same button you would press down your left analog stick, the stick you use to move, like the stick I'm moving with, you press it straight down. So you slide and then press it down, and it should cancel your sprint. So let's say because you slide with B, so if you slide and then cancel it with your jump button, you can't like fix your aim. So you would press it down with your stick, you press it down with your analog stick. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get used to pressing it. See, I'm doing it, but I'm pressing down my analog stick. So you press your stick down the slide, you fix your aim, you press your slide button, you fix your aim, and then you press down with your stick to cancel the sprint or the slide. My fault. You press down your stick to cancel the slide, and it'll send you in a sprint. So I'm pressing it, and then I'm canceling by pressing my stick down, my thumbstick down, slide, press thumbstick down. And this is a way that you can keep up with players who do have a custom button layout. You can also like slide, press stick down, strafe. Slide, press stick down, strafe. Slide, press stick down, strafe. Like I'm pressing my stick down to cancel it. So you can move and you'll look just like anybody else that actually play claw or play it without actually playing claw. Jumping and then a jump shot. So you mainly want to jump to break player's camera and also to break their aim. So let's say someone's standing right here and they're firing. If I slide, there's a chance they could headshot me. So in some situations it would be better to jump, because then you'll jump way past their aim. Mainly want to jump to break that aim and then also to break that camera. Let's say this is a person. I would jump like this. See, I'm jumping way past them and forcing them to have to correct their camera. So that's the two main reasons you would jump. And now you got jump shot. That's when you jump in while aimed in. So you got a few ways you can jump shot. Like you can do it to gather information. So like I would jump, I do a short jump. Like I said, if you're not trying to break someone's camera, then just do a short jump just so you can see and then strafe back to cover. Similar to like how I taught with the slide cancel, strafe, and then go slide and then strafe back. You jump, strafe back. And then you also have the jump shot challenge. So let's say maybe someone's right here and I want to do a jump shot. Like jump and then turn as you jump. So like that. And then the other way you got is that you jump and then already start the bunny hop. So those are the two ways I would challenge someone jump shotting. Now you have a jump shot mid ADS. Now I like to do this one because what it do is you start off, let's say this is a player, this is his chest, that's his head, right? You would start off like a normal gunfight. You see him, you aim, and then you jump mid gunfight. And so what it does is your bullets headshots. And you'll end up winning a lot of gunfights that way, jumping mid ADS, just because you're turning your chest shots into headshots, guaranteeing you the kill. So it's really powerful, and I recommend you try it if you don't. I know a lot of times I be in autopilot, I see a bunch of other players where they just jump spread. Every time they see a player, they just jump randomly. When you do that, like a lot of times you're like, you're not adjusting. Cause you're in autopilot, you're just panicking, you're just doing whatever. So when you jump shot, you want to get in the habit of dropping your crosshair down and then lifting it back up. So like down and back up. And this is another reason why you need to play a sense that you can control, because if the sense is too high, when you jump and pull down, you're going to drop all the way down and then you try to pull it back up. So you really got to play a sense that you're good with, and you got to try to focus. Like try not to be in autopilot, because jumping while you're playing in autopilot will get you killed a lot of the times. Okay, so next we got Dropshot. So Dropshot, this is a very old movement technique, very old. So Dropshot is you're pretty much aiming down sight and then you drop. So there are a few ways you can Dropshot. How I do it is I aim in and then I walk backwards and then I hold my drop button. So aim in. Normally I'll be sprinting, hold back and drop. You can also do a standing still. But just whatever you're doing forward, aim, back, drop. Now another way you can do it is you aim, you strafe left and drop. Aim, strafe right, drop. This is another way you can do it, because let's say someone tries to they down shooting your arm, they're not shooting your head. So some players will also do that. So How you can challenge with a drop shot is you slide cancel. You would slide cancel into a drop shot. So slide cancel, your slide button, jump button, drop button. Slide, jump, drop. Slide, jump, drop. Slide, jump, drop. So I like to try to hip fire if they're close, and I'll only ADS if they're far away. But when you mainly want to use the drop shots is when they're like extremely far away. So let's say that's a player, and let's say we're playing Warzone, assuming he has ground loot, right? If I drop and he got ground loot, it's going to be hard for him to see me unless he got like a sight. So for players that run iron sights, if you got a distance, if you're a far enough distance and you drop shot, they're not going to see you drop. It's going to be hard for them to tell. So that's the most effective range, in my opinion, to drop shot, is when they're far away. I also do it when I get caught off guard, or if I'm, let's say, fighting more than one player. So let's say I'm fighting more than one player. It's one player right here, one player right here. I'll down this player, and then I'll immediately drop shot as I challenge the next guy to try to force him to miss his shots. Another way you can drop shot is you can do like a kind of like a pre-fire. You do a pre-drop shot. So if you know someone is challenging you, you try to time the drop shot as they hit the corner. So on their screen, it's like they push you. As they're aiming in, you drop. So it kind of throw their aim off because they aim in. They're like, oh, where you go? And then they got to pull down. By the time they pull down, you already melted them. So this is a little tougher to do, but it's like a pre-drop shot. Like a pre-fire or a pre-drop shot. Alright, YouTube, and you have Dropshot Peaking. You can also do this. It's another way to drop shot peeking. You just slowly walk, and as you walk, you drop down to the ground. So sometimes it'll catch your enemy off guard because they won't see you. Next movement is drop shotting behind cover. What do they call it? It's like when you go prone, you hold back, you going prone, and then you sprint forward. I don't really do it. I never do it. But, you know, so mine might not be as good as everybody else's, but that's pretty much it. So from the enemy point of view, all they see is just my head pop up and down really fast, and it's hard for them to actually shoot. So like, people really don't know, players don't really know what to do when you do this, and you can just find any second you want and just blast them. Alright, YouTube, so the next movement technique we're gonna go over is Dolphin Dive. And so it's a Dolphin Dive. Nobody really use it anymore now that we can slide cancel, but it is still pretty good. For one, in Warzone, you can use it to pull your shoot. I'll show a clip of me doing it. But the other situation I would use it is if I'm like getting chased. Let's say someone is chasing me. I'm running through here. As soon as I turn this corner, I can Dolphin Dive. So when they turn right after me, they're like, oh, he on the ground. By the time they correct their aim, because they, in their head, I'm still running in the, I'm higher up, I'm still running. But then they gotta correct the aim. By the time they correct the aim, I cook them. But you can also Dolphin Dive on ledges to reset your tag sprint. Why am I sliding? There you go. See, I died, but I wasn't actually hitting the ground when I bounced off of the ledge. See it? So when your tag sprint is out and you do it, you get your sprint back. I've been teaching you guys how to left right player. So this is your sprinting basic. So let's say this is the player, the left right them. All you gotta do is just go left and then right on their screen. So this is them. They're facing this way. So you want to move left this way, right this way. So let's say this line, yeah, this line is perfect because they're right here. So left would be this way, right would be this way. So this is you. You'll run this way and then this way. You don't run, you can run if you got a higher sense, but you want to throw in like a slide into a jump like that to break their camera. And even if, let's say, no matter how good the player is, let's say we're both shooting each other, I'm going slide this way And then once he turns his aim this way, I can slide back this way or throw in a jump. And I'll break his camera twice that way. Like you can go from an ADS into a slide, into a jump. It's up to you. And you'll constantly break that camera. Especially if you're up close. If you're far away, it's not really gonna help out that much. But if you're up close, you don't have to shoot them. Like you 1v1 in someone or shipment, you can break their camera. Even if they're a good player, you can break their camera going like this. Now a good player, they might have better control over that camera and it might be a little bit harder, but you can break anyone's camera. First, let's just go, I'm not sure what to call it, but this is the mindset you should normally have when you use a movement. For one, you should never stand still. So I'm constantly moving around the map. Like I never stand still. If you ever watch me play, I'm always moving. Even if you gotta reload, you sprint, jump, slide, and press your reload, and then press slide. I messed that up. Jump, reload, slide. Jump, reload, slide. That's simple. And always moving. And even if I'm with a team, let's say I got 2 teammates right here. In case enemies do push us, because I know it happens all the time when enemies come out of nowhere when you just with your teammates. I'm pacing back and forth. So if someone does just push around this corner while me and my teammates chilling, they can't focus me because they gotta track me. I'm strafing left and right. They gotta track me and hit their shots. So even when I'm not in danger, I'm still pacing back and forth as I reload. 2 is when you're in a gunfight, remember you can always use movement to turn a gunfight around. So let's say this person get the drop on me and I'm caught off guard. Instead of just ADSing him right away, I'll slide to the side, and as I'm sliding, I'll try to keep my camera on him. Like, slide and keep my camera on him. So what this does is it forces him to have to correct his aim, like, because if he ADS, he's not going to track me. So he gotta hip fire. So some players are, especially if he's not that good, he's going to miss all his shots and allow you to win a gunfight. And even some better players, you can still catch them up with it. So the faster you move, like the second you see him, if you hesitate a little bit, you're going to die. So you gotta have it built into your mind to always try to move if you feel like you're gonna lose. It has to be like a reflex. You have to think about it like, I'm going to lose a gunfight already because he got the drop on me. By the time I aim at him, he's already gonna have me half health. So I might as well use movement to try to, so that I can give myself a fighting chance. The chain of movement it's really like to be able to constantly, you gotta like stay calm and you gotta be able to constantly move, use different movements. So I don't just mean like, because I know a lot of people say this is a movement chain, like a slide cancel into a drop shot. This is the kill one person. It's not a movement. It's not a movement combo. That's the kill one person. A slide into a jump. I mean, sure, you're pressing a lot of buttons, but this is more of a movement combo. A slide into a jump. You kill one person, and you slide into a hip fire, kill a second person, and then you drop shot or you slide into a drop shot and get the third. That's a movement combo because you're constantly comboing and chaining your movements in order to down multiple players. So one thing I do is, like, this is something I do. If a player is, let's say, pushing me down here, it's 2 players, and I see that they're a distance apart, so I'll push back around here. I'll hip fire the first guy because I know if I ADS, I can kill him fast to ADS, but for one, he's pushing me, so he might move too fast. I might miss my shot, so a hip fire would be better for tracking. And for 2, I gotta take the least amount of damage. So if I hip fire strafe, I'm going to be harder to hit. As long as I can hit my shots, I want to be harder to hit, so I hip fire the first guy, and then I immediately, without hesitating, combo the hip fire strafe off with a slide for the second guy. So I would slide for the second guy, and then
30 seconds remain.
Left. So I'll slide right and then jump left to kill a second guy. So in all of it, it's like automatic. Like you gotta get used to fighting more than one player and be able to be like, all right, I'm gonna use this movement for this player, I'm gonna use this movement for that player. Like you gotta automatically be able to combo it off, combo them off,
10 seconds
and know
remaining.
what to do to kill who. So I'm gonna just load into this game right here, and I'm gonna go over how to move around the map faster. So first off, when you're running, you want to run as close to the wall as possible, and if you can, try to keep cover near you so you can break that line of sight. Like, so I'm like running, so if I'm being chased, I'm running along this wall, and then I can just take cover right here. If you're like out in the open, you always want cover near you. So I would like be right here, I would move to right here, come down this way, and I would slide. Like, I'm not just gonna run to it, I'm gonna do a long slide to get to it. So if I'm being chased, I'm not gonna run all the way, I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna start my sprint and then I'm gonna slide to get the cover even faster. So you run close to the cover and use movement to help you get around the map. And then you got things like stairs. If you slide down them, you get down them fast, but you can also jump down them. The jump can also throw players off too. So like a lot of players, they used to people sliding. So if they waiting for you to push them, they pre-aiming it. If you jump down the stairs, that might throw them off because they might be expecting you to slide and they might be aiming a little low. But if you jump, you can get the jump on them. Like, they could be somebody hiding in this corner, like waiting to catch somebody off guard. And then you jump, you see him, you beam him. Versus like if you slide right into his aim, whatever he pre-aiming at. So you just gotta think about that. Okay, YouTube, I would like to apologize. I forgot to teach you guys how to move silently while I was still on the big map. But it's pretty simple. So with auto attack sprint on, you're always running around, and so your character will be very loud. So if you want to move silently, you can just aim down sight, just aim walk, and you'll be quiet. And you can also crouch walk to be quiet, but I wouldn't crouch walk for too long. I'll try to switch them out, like maybe crouch for a few seconds, then aim walk into a crouch. Like, try to switch it up. Try not to play too predictable because you move around the map slow. And if they hear you, they know you're coming, they can challenge you, and it can end really badly for you. If you're like crouched down because you can't really go to movement, you're moving really slow, you can't strafe or nothing. So yeah, try not to get challenged while you're crouched down. There's like a really long animation, so I'll play it. There's a really long animation. You get on and you get off. It's really slow, so I'm gonna show you how to skip both. So there's an animation when you get on, and then there's one when you get off. Just show you one more time. So to skip the one when you get on, you gotta jump. So I would jump and then press X. See, I skipped one whole animation. I got up way faster. So to skip the second animation, what you wanna do is you wanna jump off. You wanna press X or your jump button, back up, and then move forward immediately. So you want back up, move forward immediately. So this is so that you don't hit the orange part. You back up and then you move forward, so you jump over it. So you back up so you don't bump your head on it, and then you move forward to get over it. So I'm gonna show you guys like that. Roll 80 to 90% up. So I'll show you like that. Guys, I'm gonna do it one more time so you can see how high I got. Yep, and so that's how you do zipline. Alright, so next I'm gonna show you guys how to YY, cancel your reload, and cancel your armor plates. It's all the same thing. So it's just this. You press Y really fast. You're gonna double tap it really fast. And you can tell you're doing it correctly because I'm gonna just do the reload first. So when you reload, you press Y, and then it'll cancel, and you'll still.
Gas drop is en route.
Press reload, cancel. Reload, cancel. Reload, cancel. Reload, wah. Reload, wah. Reload, wah. Reload, wah. And while you're doing it, the game registers that you don't have a weapon in your hand sometimes. So that's why you see like some. Even pros will swap weapons and then slide because you get a speed boost because the game thinks you don't have a weapon in your hand. So spamming Y, it allows you to move around faster. So here you go. I'm gonna show you with the plates. Cancel. Cancel. Just so you guys can see. So yep, that's how you cancel. Reload, plates, and YY.